In the quaint and sleepy town of Eldridge Hollow, life carried on at a gentle pace. Nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, the residents were accustomed to a sense of calm and continuity, until the night of the blood moon. On this peculiar evening, an unnatural silence blanketed the streets, and the air turned heavy with an unexplainable presence. Scarlett Hawthorne, a bookshop owner, had lived in Eldridge Hollow her entire life. A practical woman with a taste for the mysterious, she often indulged in the Gothic novels her shop offered. Little did she expect that her beloved fiction would start bleeding into reality. The clock struck midnight as she sat curled in her reading nook, a storm lantern casting flickering shadows against the walls. That's when the whispering began, soft, indistinct, emanating from the place where the hardwood floor met the bookshelves. Chalking it up to her tired mind and the rustling of the trees, she carried on. But the whispers grew into a symphony of voices that seemed to know her deepest fears, drawing her to the basement where the veil between worlds grew thin. The basement had always been a place of solitude for Scarlett, where she stored ancient tomes and manuscripts hoarded from estate sales. It was among these dusty relics that she felt something tugging at her soul, urging her to uncover secrets buried by time. In the corner of the room stood a weathered mirror, one she had acquired from an elderly woman, claiming it held the imprint of forgotten generations. Scarlett had always dismissed the claim, until now. As the moon's light pooled through the singular high window, Scarlett approached the mirror, observing her reflection with unnerving clarity. It rippled as if underwater, and from its depths emerged a figure obscured by mist. It was not a hostile entity, but rather an echo of a life previously lived. Scarlett recognized its features, her great-grandmother Eleanor, long deceased, reaching out to her from beyond. Fear clutched at Scarlett's heart with chilling hands, not from the presence of her ancestor, but from the rushing understanding of the connection marred by the thinning veil. Eleanor's life had ended in a sorrowful mystery, one that Scarlett was now compelled to unravel. The whispers coalesced into Eleanor's voice. The past beckons you to mend that which was broken. This revelation terrified Scarlett. Her grandmother's ethereal presence transformed into a painful truth that she was meant to solve a generational rift. As she grappled with the task forced upon her, the line between what was real and what was spectral began to blur. Each day, bombarding messages from beyond pieced together a chilling timeline of betrayal within her family, a truth the living had long swept under the rug. Eldridge Hollow was no longer just a piece of history, but a crucible needing healing through Scarlett's efforts. The next full moon was her deadline, a narrow window to restore balance or live forever in the haunting echoes of her ancestors' mistakes. The thread binding the living and the dead would either slowly mend or snap, dooming them all to a cycle of unrest. As the narrative unfolded, Scarlett faced her fears, realizing the surreal and terrifying link she shared with the spectral world could offer redemption rather than despair. The overlapping of realms threatened her sanity, yet promised the strength to provide salvation for her family's souls, if only she held the courage to face the whispers beyond the veil.